Okay, we are
So
live
in
now
fast
on
fashion?
YouTube.
Yes, please.
Sir, in fast fashion,
Fast fashion is okay. That is a different term. One of the term that Sir has said right now is disposable income.
Excuse me, sir, can I ask a doubt?
Yes, yes.
Sure, please go ahead.
Sir, does this fast fashion corely depend upon like how the customers buy it? Like it's called fast fashion because customers within 3 months they change their trends, right? So does it mainly depend on the customer's choice, right?
Can you please repeat your question? I think what you're trying to say here is what I understand is that the lead time is also lesser, but also like, they change the collection after every 3 months, right?
Yes.
Now, if you look at, I think the video that I have shared in the group, if you look at this case study from Zara, what happens is normally there are, I think 4 seasons of collections, Naveen sir?
Normally there should be two. One is spring, summer. Second one is fall, winter. So normally there should be 2. But fast fashion में वो 4 seasons हो जाते हैं, 5, 6 तक हो जाते हैं. Up to 6 seasons in fast fashion.
Okay, so what happens is, for instance, some of the collections that you might see right now, if you go to the store in Zara, the same collection you will not see after 2 to 3 months,
Okay,
right?
sir. Yes.
But generally, what happens if you go to some other retail store like Van Heusen or maybe Arrow, you might see the same collection after maybe even after 6 months, right?
Okay. Yes.
So
sir.
the category changes. If you go to a retail store, you'll definitely see the new collection is a separate category, and then you go to the other section, then you have, they don't put the tag over there, but these are older collections, right?
Yes, sir.
We in industry or professional term, we call it repeat orders.
Okay, sir.
For example, basic formal white color shirt that is repeated every season.
Yes, sir.
You won't find that in fast fashion brands, Zara or be it H&M also.
Okay, sir.
Uniqlo.
Sir, excuse me.
Yes.
Sir, as a customer perspective, can we say that the fast fashion, from my perspective, that how often we purchase, how often we can throw our old stuff and purchasing new clothes? That for me, that's a fast fashion, not the perspective of the manufacturer.
Yes. How can you break that chain? By adopting slow fashion, by purchasing less. Don't purchase less, purchase whatever is required. Impulse buying अगर आप करते हो तो that is going towards fast fashion. Do you understand what is impulse buying?
Like most often.
Unnecessary buying clothes, I guess.
आप खरीदना नहीं चाहते, but due to certain reasons.
On a peer pressure kind of.
Yes. So there can be different many reasons.
Social reasons.
End up buying. That is impulse buying. या ब्रांड ऐसी मार्केटिंग करता है कि आप खरीदने को मजबूर हो जाते हो. You went to a mall. There was no intention to buy anything, but you end up buying due to some reason. ब्रांड ने इतनी अच्छी मार्केटिंग कर ली या आपके पीयर प्रेशर, आपके फ्रेंड्स गए थे वो परचेज कर रहे थे, आपको लगा आपको भी करना चाहिए, नहीं तो आप पीछे छूट जाओगे. You don't want to be left behind, right?
Exactly.
Yes, that is
Sir, so does fast fashion like add on to this impulsive purchasing?
Yes.
Okay, sir.
One of the things that influence your buying decision is visual merchandising of the store. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So please make note this term down as well, visual merchandising.
Because we are going to have one discussion on visual merchandising also. मैं आपको एडवांस में बता रहा हूँ. And today we are not doing any group discussion. We are discussing the topic. We are trying to understand and gain knowledge about the topic: fast fashion, slow fashion, sustainability. Okay, so topic given was, do you think sustainability is important in fashion industry? Who is going to speak in favor of this topic?
Me, Mahima.
Mahima, you are done. Next.
Okay.
Let everyone.
Shmita.
Sir, I have something to question. Like, hello.
Yes, Shivam.
Yes, sir. Suppose like Zara is launching some of its new products. but at the moment I cannot afford it. But later on, when it's old product, like I can afford its old product, am I contributing to fast fashion?
USS end of season sale में आप खरीद रहे हो?
Yes, sir. Which product I can afford?
Zara का तो I think USS चलता रहेगा. Yes, see anything doesn't matter कि आप कब खरीद रहे हो. अगर आपको जरूरत नहीं है फिर भी खरीद रहे हो तो that is fast fashion.
Okay, sir.
If you think that 4 shirts or 5 shirts enough for me, and still you are going to purchase 2 new pairs, फिर तो you are contributing towards fast fashion.
Okay, sir.
So that's why sustainability एक term use हुआ industry में, वो fast fashion को counter करे. तो there are many terms related to sustainability. Reuse आपने सुना होगा, recycle सुना होगा, और क्या क्या होते हैं? 5R. There are 5R in sustainability.
So reuse, recycle, and
Reduce.
Reduce, yes.
Ethical fashion.
There are 5R. पहले 5R की बात करेंगे.
repurpose.
Google कीजिए, ठीक है? And write down this in your notebook. Yes,
So repeat as well.
There are 5R: reuse, reduce, recycle, repurpose, and refuse.
Refuse to buy more, refuse to buy unnecessary.
Now, refuse is in contradiction to impulse buying, right? It's what do you say? Antonym, kind of antonym of impulse buying. In a way. Okay, so do a slight research on all these terms as well. Okay, and let me tell you over here that you guys are master students, right? That means you will have to take certain calls from your end as well, right? You will have to be more prone to understanding of what is being taught and what are the things that you need to do on your own first. Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Nandini.
So does fast fashion doesn't generally mean low quality materials. It can be of any type. There is a myth that people think it's only because it's cheap.
No. Fast fashion, again, as we say, that it's not necessarily cheap. Okay. Now, if you're going to what we have one of the concept in India where we have this market, right? Like if you go to Delhi, you have certain places where there's Wednesday market, you have Thursday market, you have Friday market, like that, right? If you go to Chandni Chowk, the market comes on Sunday, right? So there are a lot of things like you see that first copies are there. You go to Karol Bagh, you go to what other places also, right? Sarojini Market, everything, right? Okay, so there are a lot of stuff happening out there, right? So not necessarily it's cheap. You buy the first copy, that is different spec, but again, you go to the actual store, it's expensive. Okay.
फास्ट फैशन को हमें चीप फैशन से जोड़ना नहीं चाहिए. Again, pricing will depend on the brand value. What is the image of the brand in the market? Zara being the world's largest fashion retailer, not the Zara, इसका parent company, इसकी parent company है Inditex Group. So Zara will come under Inditex, and that is world's largest fashion retailer. उसके अंदर आप जो भी ब्रांड देखो, कोई भी चीप ब्रांड तो बिल्कुल भी नहीं है. Moschino is the brand under that Inditex Group. Okay, who is going to speak against the topic? Do you think that sustainability is not important in the fashion industry? Anyone going to speak on this?
Excuse me, sir. I want to speak against this topic.
Yes, please go ahead.
Yes, sir. So, sir, actually, the first and the foremost. Yeah. So, the first and the foremost thing, one of the biggest drawbacks of sustainable fashion is the higher price. It's mainly because of the elaborate production of the sustainable fashion, which actually happens there, where I think everything, right from everything from scratch, it is being made into the sustainable fashion. So when we see actually a lot of sustainable brands are coming into the market, but we see the products, they're at a very higher pace than the products which we get to see. So I think one of the most, the first, the drawback of sustainable fashion is the higher price. Second one is the quality seals. Because now actually a lot of, I think, tags are coming up in the market, like the eco tag or the some other tag what is there. So now getting these tags has a lot of security gaps between them. Like, to get these tags, it is very tough. And actually, and now in the internet, what I researched is a lot of self-made tags are coming, which gives a doubt about the product, whether that product really a sustainable fashion or not, because the tags which we get in the market, which are in the market for the market, it's not there on those products. So I think the second drawback is basically the quality seals or the quality of the product, because I think these tags actually mainly tell about the quality of the product. So I think the second one, and I think the third drawback, what I found was, like, it is the concept of sustainability. Which is very actually the concept. I think the first and foremost thing for everyone, it's the concept of sustainability, which is difficult to understand, because we know, as I told a lot of in my second point, a lot of the quality seals or this thing, these coming up, and the quality of those products, and to understand what are these products are exactly, how do they do, what is the supply chain of these products. So these are actually quite and the production of these actually quite tough to understand, and quite a large pace actually. So and I think my another point would be, like, only a few stores have sustainable clothing sections in them. Like, I think Zara also has started to come up with I think sustainable clothing sections, but only it is at a very small pace. They don't, I think Zara has, I think, sustainable clothing. H&M brand also has started their sustainable clothing, but actually they're at a very smaller place because of I think the drawbacks what I just mentioned. And the last point what I would like to tell, the look of the sustainable, because as what we expect in the fast fashion is the look of the dress which comes up. But in a sustainable fashion, or the sustainable fashion, the clothing or the silhouette looks actually completely different or completely bland. And this also actually, this has many cons or this thing. Like, the most good looking silhouette of the garment is the most higher price in sustainable fashion, actually, because actually this is what I have researched, that the most good looking, the most which is like eye appealing, is the one of the most higher price than the others, which is not, which is looking, I think, if I have to put it like bland or not looking, which is looking okayish, right? So yes, I think these are the few drawbacks of why sustainable fashion is currently not into the fashion market.
So you started well, but stop using this I think. How many times did you speak I think? 20, 30 times? Not required.
Word more.
And were you trying to speak silhouette? Silhouette?
Yes, sir, the silhouette or the garments.
Okay. और आप बाद में जो टर्म यूज कर रहे थे उसके लिए यू कैन यूज द टर्म लाइक एस्थेटिक्स. अगर आप अच्छा टर्म यूज करते हो ना, दैट हैज सम अदर इम्पैक्ट ऑन द पीपल हु आर जजिंग यू. यू स्टार्टेड वेल, बट क्वालिटी में आप जो बोल रहे, तो आई डोंट थिंक योर ग्रुप मेंबर्स वुड एग्री ऑन दैट. And H&M has a separate brand, separate sustainable brand. Do research on that.
Yes, sir. I had done a case study on that, but
आपका फर्स्ट पॉइंट बहुत सही था, हायर प्राइस ऑब्वियसली. उसके बाद आप कुछ और रिसर्च कर सकते हैं. यू कैन डेफिनेटली डू जस्ट सस्टेनेबल गारमेंट में. और सस्टेनेबिलिटी में दिस इज द प्रॉब्लम, that it's expensive. Not everyone can afford sustainable garments, and there are many designers and brands, they are coming up with sustainable garments. Can you name 2-3 brands in India which you think is sustainable brand?
Loom.
Label.
Loom. Then I think there's one more brand, Jaipur. I don't.
Jaipur is not a sustainable brand. Jaipur is under Aditya Birla Group, not a sustainable. They are into ethnic wear and wedding collection more. 1111 नाम सुना है आपने? 1111.
Yes, sir.
और निकोबार भी नाम सुना होगा आपने. ये सब सस्टेनेबल है. Have you heard about अनीता डोंगरे? उनका भी एक सस्टेनेबल ब्रांड है. Grassroot. And is not a sustainable brand and is competitor of Mango. Mango जिस प्राइस सेगमेंट में अपने सामान बेचता है.
Available and no nasties.
Yes, good. So these are sustainable brands. तो हम ये नहीं कर सकते कि थोड़े सब आ रहे हैं. There is complete brand dedicated to sustainable fashion now. तो ये you started well, but बाद में आप थोड़े से इधर उधर हो गए. तो you should come up with much better points than this. और आप अगर 30 seconds ही बोलते हो ना, suppose you are speaking just for 30 or 45 seconds in one go, one turn, make good impact. उसके बाद आप दूसरों को बोलने का चांस दो. इट्स टोटली ओके. आपको उनको लगेगा जो आपको गाइड कर रहे हैं कि आपने बस 30 सेकेंड्स ही बोला और आपके पॉइंट्स सारे वैलिड थे. दिस इज व्हाट वी एक्सपेक्ट फ्रॉम यू ऑल.
Sai, see, pointers are okay. I think Naveen sir said is you're adding I think, and then what happens is again you're coming to Zara, then you're moving on to H&M, right? And then what I noticed is when you're talking about Zara, you're not very confident, right? So better not to say I think, even if the Zara has not started it. Maybe try avoid saying I think. Okay. Secondly, as Naveen sir said that it's too long, definitely it's too long. After a certain while, what will happen if it is a GD, they will not let you speak. They will just interject and they'll hijack the show from you. Okay. Okay. Let's move on.
Sir, I wanna ask something.
Yes, Mahima.
Sir, like he mentioned something quality. So I was unable to understand that point. Quality
in the context of.
ये बोलना चाहते तो मैं आपको बताता. Have you heard about this term called BCI, Better Cotton Initiative? बहुत सारे गारमेंट पे आपको ये टैग दिखेगा, BCI, Better Cotton Initiative. This is one tag जो आपको दिखाता है कि this cotton is organic cotton. Organic is sustainable.
Yeah.
So BCI tag आपको बताता है कि ये गारमेंट जो आप खरीद रहे हो इसमें जो कॉटन यूज हुआ है दैट इज ऑर्गेनिक कॉटन. मींस दिस इज अ सस्टेनेबल गारमेंट. देखो दुनिया का कोई भी गारमेंट 100% सस्टेनेबल नहीं हो सकता है बिकॉज वी कांट मेक द सप्लाई चेन 100% सस्टेनेबल. आप अगर रिटेल स्टोर में बेच रहे हो तो क्या आप लाइट बंद कर दोगे? क्या इज इट पॉसिबल कि 100% सोलर पैनल से जो लाइट जनरेट होगा इलेक्ट्रिसिटी वही यूज करने वाले हैं? नो. सो यू कांट मेक द supply chain 100% sustainable, but at least the product can be sustainable.
Okay, sir.
He was talking about that quality tags one, and there are many tags, not just BCI. There are many tags. आप बहुत बार देखोगे आजकल ब्रांड्स ने ये इनिशिएटिव लिया है because they want to do their marketing that no child labor was used in manufacturing of these products. No forced labor was used in this product. Child labor, forced labor, this is common in African countries, to some extent in India also, in Bangladesh. Child labor, forced labor, ये तो common सी बात है. बांग्लादेश में if you know anyone, Rana Plaza incident. So there was one factory, Rana Plaza एक बिल्डिंग थी बांग्लादेश में, उसमें कुछ फ्लोर्स थे और वो बिल्डिंग ध्वस्त हो गया 2013 में और 2008 आई थिंक 13 में
2013 sir.
या 13 में. और उसमें बहुत सारे लोग मारे गए थे. बहुत सारी फैक्ट्री उस बिल्डिंग के अंदर चलती थी. and there were many प्रीमियम सेमी प्रीमियम ब्रांड्स जो अपना मैन्युफैक्चरिंग करवा रहे थे उस फैक्ट्री के अंदर. Okay, yes. Second topic was आज हमने ग्रुप डिस्कशन नहीं किया, सो वी वर ट्राइंग टू इम्प्रूव योर नॉलेज एंड कंटेंट. आपको बहुत सारा आइडिया मिल गया होगा व्हाट इज सस्टेनेबिलिटी. नाउ यू गो एंड डू मोर रिसर्च ऑन दिस. दिस इज नॉट इट, दिस शुड नॉट बी द एंड ऑफ दिस टॉपिक. अभी ये चलने वाला है. सस्टेनेबिलिटी विल कम मेनी टाइम्स, यू विल सी. हर एक दूसरे तीसरे दिन यू विल फाइंड सस्टेनेबिलिटी, फास्ट फैशन, स्लो फैशन, एथिकल फैशन. सो यू डू मोर रिसर्च ऑन दिस, क्योंकि आपका जीडी इसी के अराउंड रिवॉल्व करता है. सेकेंड टॉपिक वाज which is better for customers. You as a customer think which is better for you, fashion retail or fashion e-commerce. And now this will depend on every customers. हर एक customer के अलग अलग preference हो सकते हैं. So Devasmita Das, you have not spoken a single word. I want to know your opinion. Which is better for you, fashion retail or fashion e-commerce?
Sir, I think fashion e-commerce is more comfortable for the pandemic situation, and as we are
आपने क्या बोला?
moving
Could you
forward.
please repeat? Could you please repeat? Which is
Yes.
better?
Sir, I think e-commerce fashion retailing is better, as the growing pandemic and increasing, so we can buy in social sites and without contact, and we can search, like scroll many options, uh, and also the impulse buying thing would also reduce. We can think over which one will buy, which one will not buy.
मुझे लगता है जब जैसे ही आप इम्पल्स बाइंग थिंग यूज करोगे ना, आपको कोई होगा जो रोक देगा वहां पे. Because if you go to some store and you search on your laptop mobile app, तो impulse buying e-commerce में ज्यादा हो जाती है, right? I think most of you would agree with me. Impulse buying ज्यादा फोन पे ऐप पे हो जाता है.
Yes, so we are
Yes, sir.
continuously searching for the
Definitely.
products.
Yes. तो आप जो भी पॉइंट्स बोलते हो, मेक श्योर कि आप 30 सेकंड बोल रहे हो, तब तक आपको कोई रोके नहीं. एक आपने गलती की, पीपल आर वेटिंग फॉर यू टू मेक मिस्टेक.
Okay, sir.
पीपल आर वेटिंग फॉर यू कि आप गलती करो, बस उसके बाद वो बोलेंगे, आप नहीं बोलोगे.
The social media enhances the impulse buying more.
Yes.
Yes. So the impulse buying
Is
impact.
there anyone who is going to speak in favor of fashion retail? Anyone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Sir, as we know that there is always a pros and cons of every side. So, as a fashion retail, I would like to go with the fashion retail because for me as a customer, the quality matters. I want to touch, I want to see the what kind of quality, what kind of fabric it is. And for me as a customer, I have to go with the details. I cannot buy any product by looking at the screen, by looking at the reviews. I cannot go with that. As a customer, there's a lot of crowd, there's a lot of people who go and buy and see the what kind of fabric it is.
But you can purchase and then exchange or return also, na, in e-commerce site, which is more convenient, I guess. No, but that will take time.
Yes, exactly. Thank you.
अच्छा, मुझे
Yeah,
ये
what
बताओ,
if
before purchasing, what are 3-4 things that you definitely consider? I'm
Sir?
talking about fashion purchase, fashion buying.
Fabrics.
Size,
the quality, fitting?
Quality.
Yes.
the fitting,
क्वालिटी तो आप रिटेल में देख सकते हो, ई कॉमर्स में पॉसिबल नहीं है.
look, color, the size of
Actually,
the garment,
Reviews.
reviews in e-commerce, good. See, if you are going to retail, उसके अपने benefits हैं. If you are going to e-commerce, उसके अलग benefits हैं. If you are speaking in favor of fashion retail, you can talk about fit. वहाँ पे fit room है, जो definitely आप जब garment खरीदोगे. Shade, sometimes you will see that this is the problem in e-commerce. On the app or website, shade is different, actual garment which you receive is different. हो सकता है?
yes,
That problem will not arise if you buy or purchase from retail store. fit
The photography
your
and lighting differs the
yes
color of the fabric.
feel of the fabric. फैब्रिक
of the
हार्श
fabric.
है या सॉफ्ट है, ये फैशन डिटेल में पता चलेगा आपको, राइट?
It can be home delivered
Yes.
also.
होम डिलीवर्ड में टाइम लगता है ना. So see, if you are speaking in favor of fashion detail, just speak good points about that. Bad points आपको definitely नहीं बोलना है, उसके लिए तो आपके competitor है ना. और competitor means your group mates. They are going to speak against that.
Okay, guys. One announcement: we are stopping the YouTube live in 5 minutes.
Okay, if you are watching this video on YouTube and want to join our actual session of GD and PI preparation 2022, okay, Akhilesh sir, could you mention that phone number where they can
Yeah, I think I've
contact?
written in the chat box as well. It's 99720 46911. Okay, you can find it even in the description.
Yes,
it's given
please contact on
845
that number.
Okay, so you can, I'm putting that comment as well. Okay, you can directly call us. Okay, 99720 46911. Please visit us on Instagram, Facebook. You'll find that number over there as well. All right. Okay, let's continue, sir.
Yeah, ये बात थी फैशन डिटेल की. Now if I am speaking in favor of fashion e-commerce, मैं क्या क्या बोल सकता हूँ? I will have different varieties. मेरे पास ज्यादा वैरायटी होगी. Different options. मेरे पास ज्यादा options होंगे. I will get discount, and that is the biggest thing about e-commerce, which you won't find in fashion retail, right? आपके पास डिस्काउंट अवेलेबल है. अगर ये ब्रांड नहीं दे रहा है, तुरंत आप ब्रांड स्विच कर सकते हो, राइट? अगर आप एक ही आइटम खरीदने जाते हो तो आई एम श्योर आप उसका प्राइस फ्लिपकार्ट पे भी चेक करते हो, मिंत्रा पे भी करते हो, आजियो पे भी करते हो और अमेजन पे करते हो. तो आप क्या करते हो? ब्रांड में कंपैरिजन करते हो. जहां आपको ज्यादा डिस्काउंट मिल रहा है, यू आर गोइंग टू परचेज फ्रॉम दैट साइट, राइट?
Yes,
दिस
sir.
इज व्हाट हैपेंस इन ई-कॉमर्स.
Yes, sir.
दूसरा क्या है?
Sir, this is also a drawback. Sir, this is also a drawback for the purchasing online, because sometimes it happens the discount. E-commerce. Sometimes the discount differs, and we end up buying on someone other app, and we later see that there's some different discount in other app, and later we regret about it.
यस, हो सकता है. बट अमेजन के, इफ यू रीड द टर्म्स एंड कंडीशन ऑफ अमेजन, अगर अमेजन ने आपको कोई चीज लेट्स से कि 200 रुपीज पे दिया है और विद इन 1 मंथ इफ दे रिड्यूस द प्राइस टू 150 रुपीज, you can ask for that 50 rupees. They will credit in your account.
And what I think it also happens in retail. So
नहीं, रिटेल में ये नहीं हो सकता.
it's like
रिटेल में टुडे आई एम गिविंग एन ऑफर ऑफ 20% ऑफ, नेक्स्ट डे मैंने हटा लिया और उसके 5 दिन के बाद मैंने 50% डाल दिया. आप कुछ भी नहीं बोल सकते हो, प्राइस फिक्स रखना है.
Right.
Sir, Amazon was a very new information for me.
Yes, it happens in Amazon. Amazon
Why
आपको
don't
सारी
you switch on your
चीजें.
video?
Please switch on your video, otherwise there is no point of group discussion or
Or in e-commerce, I think there's a larger consumer reach compared to retail.
yes.
Okay.
So,
Tapasya, what is the reason behind it?
so presentation.
Tapasya, let
Mute
Tapasya speak. You are on mute, Tapasya. Unmute yourself.
Yeah, because I think everyone can access it. Like if I go to a local store, it's nearby. But I think e-commerce, we have a larger consumer reach.
So that's good for you, no?
Yeah. So I'm speaking for only of e-commerce.
Okay. I am
so
yes, Marvin.
there's a question of authenticity also. So on e-commerce, you don't know what is authentic and what is not.
Yes.
But in retail, you can like actually go to the store and purchase the thing.
Definitely. तो इस पे हम, I think there can be good group discussion on this topic. Later we will definitely do on this.
Yes, sir.
But if you feel topic is good, अगर ये टॉपिक आसान है तो ये सबके लिए आसान है. If some topic is tough, वो मोस्टली सबके लिए टफ है. तो जब भी आपको आसान टॉपिक मिले, डेफिनेटली यू शुड प्रिपेयर अगेंस्ट फॉर, दोनों के लिए, अगेंस्ट द मौसम, फॉर द मौसम, दोनों के लिए आप तैयार रखो. जब आपको लगे कि ज्यादा लोग फेवर में बोल रहे हैं तो आपको अगेंस्ट में बोलना है, ज्यादा लोग अगेंस्ट में बोल रहे हैं आपको फेवर में बोलना है. बिकॉज यू शुड स्टैंड आउट. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, Saik Sukrit was the only person who was speaking against, right? उसने बोला sustainability is not good and because of that he is going to get marks, जो आप सबको उतना नहीं मिलेगा, क्योंकि I think if 8 people are there, 5 to 6 people will be speaking in favor that sustainability in fashion industry is important, right? But there will be only 1 or 2 students speaking against that it is not good. उन दोनों को ज्यादा ऑब्जर्व किया जाएगा.
So what if I have the more valid point than him?
Definitely they will consider you. But again आपको ये दिख रहा है, if this is actual group discussion, that single person is fighting with all 5-6 people. ये भी देखा जाता है ना. Akhilesh sir, now we can